Hi, I'm Kris Lindahl, and welcome to the Guaranteed Cash Offer Podcast. The number one thing I've noticed about successful people is this: they constantly educate themselves and they get a little better every day. So congratulations on being a curious person who's hungry to learn. Trust me, you're already miles ahead of everyone else. Now, since you're here, there's a good chance you're dealing with a challenging situation around selling your house. Or maybe it's a property that belongs to a relative, and it's probably causing fear, anxiety, exhaustion, or a general feeling of being overwhelmed. I know where you're coming from. Growing up, I personally experienced financial and housing insecurity, parental separation, the early death of my father, and inheritance issues leading to family stress. It's really tough. That's why I created the Guaranteed Cash Offer program in 2017. And that's why I'm doing this podcast. I've sat down with people of all ages and backgrounds over the years, and I've likely helped someone dealing with exactly what you're dealing with. Maybe you've inherited a property from a relative. Maybe you're facing financial challenges and you can't afford the repairs to put your house on the open market. Maybe you're building a new house and want total control over when you sell your current one. Maybe you're worried about what to do with your pets during showings. Maybe you're going through a divorce and don't want a sign in your yard. Maybe you're retiring and relocating, or maybe you just really like convenience and don't like risk. Whatever your situation, my mission here is simple. I want to keep you from making the same mistakes I've seen so many homeowners make so you can get to the next chapter of your life. It starts with this: change the way you think about your property. Your house should be an asset, not a liability. It should help you, not cause you stress. It should give you energy, not drain it, and it should add to your freedom, not take it. Frankly, some people who've already sold their house will listen to this podcast and wish they could go back in time and accept a guaranteed cash offer instead. I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to understand your options, see the benefits of accepting a guaranteed cash offer, and avoid the risks of acquisition companies you don't know very well. Speaking of that, before you dive into the specific episodes in this podcast, I want to quickly give you 3 pieces of advice. Number 1, understand that lots of people have an incentive to overinflate the value of your house. Real estate agents, because their commissions are tied to that number, and local governments, because higher valuations mean more property taxes. The number 1 mistake I see people make is overvaluing their property, and that can inflate your risk if you sell on the open market. Buyers think the number is too high. They see that your house has sat on the market for months. Now you're lowering the price, and they're thinking, what's wrong with that house? Number 2, if you're looking at other companies that buy properties for cash, make sure you compare apples to apples, because it's easy to get burned. I've seen way too many people fall into the trap of working with acquisition companies they don't know much about, and they get lowballed, ignored, insulted, and abandoned. If you're getting a cash offer from any company, ask to see their bank statements. I'm not kidding. That's how you separate the scammers from the reputable firms. And finally, speaking of reputation, make sure you work with someone you can trust and who can follow through on their promises. Over 30,000 people have tapped into our Guaranteed Cash Offer program because they know us. You already know my name and face. You know that I'm part of your community. You've seen me on TV, the radio, online, and on the highway for years. Kris Lindahl Real Estate has earned thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and other major review sites, and Real Trends consistently ranks us as one of the top 10 team-based brokerages in the US. All of that matters. Thank you for listening to the Guaranteed Cash Offer podcast. My degree is in education, and I love being a teacher as much as I love being a student. So my promise to you is simple. You'll learn something new, and I won't waste your time. You'll find episodes covering all kinds of situations where people have moved on to the next chapter of their life by saying those 6 magic words: I accept my guaranteed cash offer. Find the episodes that are relevant to you, and let's go.